Everybody, I hope all is well. And this is Oregon's segment here on the That Square Sports podcast. And Oregon versus Oregon State, obviously a rivalry game. I didn't expect Oregon State to go out there and actually play exceptionally well against Oregon. However, I will say this. Oregon was the school that a lot of us, if you're watching college football heavy like that, all the recruits, all the transfer portal, them in Colorado, nonstop, those two schools, we're getting nothing but big name players. Finally, we see them actually get it all working together. It could have been some decoys against Idaho and Boise State, but Boise State did give them a run for their money. Dillon Gabriel finally looked like a quarterback that we actually liked. Their defense actually looked like a defense. However, I do question the fact that they cannot stop the run because Oregon State did have their way on the run game. I guess they played too much keep away. They scored too much for them to try to, I guess, think that it was okay for them to keep scoring. I'm sorry. How can I say this without saying this? They tried to keep up with Oregon and not play their game. That's what I think Oregon State did. Now, Oregon, on the other hand, they finally look like I said, they look like they belong. They look like they're now a top 5 team. Even though they're ranked number 9, they look like a top 5 team today. That's what they look like. And with that even being said, bro, Dillon Gabriel, 2 touchdowns, 20 of 24, 291. That is good. That is pretty damn good. That's very accurate. James, of course, ran the ball, 1286, 2 touchdowns. Whitney as well, another touchdown, 64 yards, 7 to 64. Tez Johnson, 110 yards, receiving 7 receptions. Of course, 2. Stewart, 26. Stewart, actually, I wish more would come from him. He's an A&M guy. I know about him. He transferred over to Oregon. I want him to flourish. But it just looks like, he really diversed this ball around a lot. So it is what it is on that. To me, I really feel as if this team has a very bright future. And even looking at their schedule, right? The next few games they got UCLA, which should be a win. Michigan State, which should be a win. The real true test is coming up October 12th against the great Ohio State. I think that every college football team is beatable, and I will talk about Georgia here and the reason why I think that. But right now, I think if they can get past Ohio State, but they played so sluggish in their first previous games. But I will say this, if they can get past Ohio State, it's pretty much smooth sailing until they get to Michigan, which is on November 2nd. So every month they've got a hard test. And, I'm not saying that I think that they're going to be this top juggernaut team in the playoffs, but they could make a run that could really surprise a lot of people and upset a lot of people's cake, if you know what I mean. That's all I'm looking at it with the Oregon Ducks. But I am proud to say that they actually look good. They're very fair. They're very fair played, very farewell. So I think that we can kind of get off of them and ease off of them with the whole, is Oregon really a true top 10 team, this and that. We can finally back off a little bit. They played a little bit with aggression and actually came out and did something. So, like I said, the next 2 weeks coming up for them, the next 2 games coming up for them, doesn't seem like it's going to be too much of a test. That real test is going to be October 12th. That's the real test. That being said, though, hey, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Of course, as always, I'm here. Peace.